Diving into a very handy function in Python called split. This function is super useful for breaking down strings into smaller parts. So what exactly does the split function do? Well, in a nutshell, it splits a string into a list of substrings based on a specified delimiter. Now, if you don't specify a delimiter, it splits based on white space by default. So let's see this in action with some examples. So here is our first example. So suppose we have the sentence, "Welcome to the world of Python." We can take sentence and apply the split function. And when we run this code, it's going to split the sentence into individual words and stores them in a list. And this is because we didn't specify a delimiter, so it's split on the white space or the spaces by default. So that's pretty cool, right? Now let's see how we can use a different delimiter. So this is a much more real-world example. Imagine we have a CSV string and we want to split it into individual values. So you can see this time the CSV data is split by commas, comma-separated values. And so this time we're going to take CSV data and apply the split function specifying that we want to split on the commas. And so this time, because we did that, the results, you can see each of those words is now split into its own item in the list. And so we can see how versatile this function is, and it can really be useful. And so we can also split on any character that we choose, but there's more. You can also limit the number of splits. So let's say we want to split a string only at the first two spaces. And so that's what we're going to do here with the number 2. So we're going to let it split on the default space, but only for the first two spaces. And so now you'll see this string was just split into 3 parts. The first 2 words learned in Python are their own items, and everything else is its own item. Now, let's say we want to access a specific part of our split list. This is really useful when you know exactly which piece of the data you actually need. So here's an example where we split a date string and access just the month. In this case, we split the date string using the hyphen as the delimiter and then access the second element of the list, which is what the 1 is doing. We're just taking the second element now of that split list. So as you can see, we are just getting the month 7. And so you can now build on top of that split list by selecting just certain elements of it. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing and leave a comment letting me know what topic I should cover next.